I bet you're wondering how I took this underutilized storage space in my basement and turned it into a $2,500 state-of-the-art home gym. Well, I'm about to show you everything it took to build that gym in my very own home. And guys, it was quite the process. But you're gonna wanna stick to the end because let me tell you, it is worth it. This thing is legit. It's fire. It is smashing. Hey guys, my name is Claire and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been months since I posted any content on this channel and I just want to say thank you to my 56 loyal subscribers. Most of you probably forgot that I had a YouTube channel and therefore didn't even miss the content. But some of you are new subscribers and stuck around anyway, so welcome and thank you all. I am so excited to show you this video. It took months to plan, build, film, obviously edit, and we have this beautiful final product. Now, this gym was a little over $2,500, and at some point I stopped counting because I was way over budget. It was an incredible project. I loved almost every minute of it, and so it was really worth it all. So let's get started, guys, with step one. So the beginning of this process began with just figuring out how much space I had. I was working with a 10 foot by 10.5 foot space in my basement with kind of an extra strip of about 10 feet by 3 feet, where I was able to place a walkway and later a treadmill. I just looked around. Basically, I figured out how much space I had and what I kind of wanted to do with the flooring, which was to purchase plywood to place on top of the already existing concrete and carpet, and then stall mat, which is mat made for horses, stalls, obviously, and gyms, to place on top of that. The goal was also to build a deadlift platform that was level with the floor. So kind of built in with that stall mat, even with the stall mat, and on top of the plywood. Now on top of that came all the equipment that I had to purchase. And this is what took the longest to research and purchase. Amazon Prime is perfect. It had the most in-stock items as well as the fastest turnaround with shipping and the lowest shipping cost, if any. Now Prime is a yearly subscription kind of thing, but if you have it, it's a great place to go and it's probably going to be your best bet for finding home gym equipment in this climate. Now, Facebook Marketplace was also a great option. They have, secondhand equipment, sometimes barely used or not used at all, for sale, and you can save a lot of money that way. I got about 275 pounds of barbell plate for about $420. Which again, might not be great, but in this climate, it felt like a steal. So that's all I purchased on the marketplace. But again, those are my top two options as far as purchasing equipment right now in this climate. Step two was cleaning the space. Now this was a space in our basement that at one point had been a guest bedroom and for the most part had been a bro lounge where the guys played video games, their toys were everywhere, and a whole lot of books. Some of the equipment had already arrived and I had to make sure to get all of that out of there because I really had so much work left to be done. And so I did really clean up that space really well and vacuumed it, of course. Step three, actually purchasing the flooring. Home Depot and Tractor Supply came in clutch when it came to the plywood and the stall mat that ended up going on the floor itself. I had help from my siblings. They're great. They were awesome in helping me with all of this. Some of the stuff is just more than a one-man job, and I had some help from the people at Tractor Supply, so thanks Mike for the help. I appreciate it. At Home Depot, I also purchased industrial-sized professional grade mirrors. I don't know if that's exactly what they were called, but these are the kind of mirrors that are frameless. They literally are just a sheet of mirror, and you'll see in a bit how that was utilized in the home gym. So not only was it important that I clean the space and lay down the flooring, I also wanted to patch up a couple places in the wall that had fallen apart. It looked like someone had at some point tried to get into the wall or maybe fix the electrics, but I had to kind of paste the wall back together in a couple spots. I am no professional, but it looked a lot better once it was completed and I was able to paint over it, and it was comforting to know that the wall wasn't going to be falling off while I was training downstairs in the basement. I also spent some time putting together my own wood stove cover. There's a hole in the wall for the wood stove and it was just a complete eyesore, and I wanted to make sure it was sealed and secure, so I made a cover myself out of plywood and painted it this terrible brown color. Now step 5 was all about putting the flooring down. Again, the whole point was to puzzle piece this in, kind of slide puzzle-esque, so that it could be taken apart at some point if we ever moved. The goal here was just plywood as the base and stall mat on top. But like I said, the goal was to build a deadlift platform that was kind of built into the floor, and so that was a huge project. I spared a 4x4 piece of plywood that was going to be part of the surface floor, and I had to treat that, sand it. I put a beautiful stencil homemade artwork onto that deadlift platform. If you want to know what that means, guys, H&C stands for hammered and chiseled, and it was a brand my brother and I started back in 2018, 2019. Basically, hammered and chiseled is a combination of being able to drink, party, and have a good time, but also stay in shape. And we just combined kind of our love for different alcoholic beverages, being smart about it, and also staying fit and healthy. So that's what that stands for. Obviously, the barbell going through a beer bottle, that's our logo. It's pretty badass. Step 6 were the mirrors. The mirrors were a blast because, like I said, they were just industrial sized mirrors. They were huge. They went up into the wall and kind of sat flush with each other, and it looked super professional. Again, I didn't want to mess with the integrity of the room itself, so I just tried to work around what was already there, and I have these cool split mirrors. It hasn't been a problem in the gym. It works out just fine. So step 7, I hinted at, but we laid down the stall mat. This was 3/4 inch thick stall mat, and we had to cut it and trim it to fit it into this 10 by 10.5 foot space, and obviously to work it around that 4x4 deadlift platform that I had already completed. Now, I am so grateful my older brother was in town and helped me for like 2 days straight do this strenuous work of measuring and cutting and figuring out the floor. So I'm so grateful. Thank you, Zach, for that. Step 8. Step 8 was like Christmas Day. We got to open a bunch of stuff. We were kind of losers about it. The filming was not great, but we had a blast taking turns opening boxes. It had been about 6 weeks since I'd ordered it, so it was like Christmas, really just figuring out what was in the box and how we were going to use it, organize it, and design the final room. Now, I purchased a lot of equipment. That was a big part of the $2,500 that went into this gym. So go ahead and like this video, comment below, hit me up on Instagram, whatever you want to do to let me know if you want a video that's more comprehensive and breaks down what I actually purchased and what I spent for it. People have reached out a little bit here and there, asking me what kind of equipment I'm using, where did I get it, how much was it, and so it might be helpful if I do a more detailed video that includes a breakdown of what I purchased, how much it was at the time, and that sort of thing. So let me know if you want to see that. It might be kind of cool. Moving on to the final step, there's really not much left other than the final product itself. This was just incredible. It turned out great. There is just a few surprises. You're going to want to take a look for yourself.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
All right, you guys, that is all. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's been a while, but it's been a ton of fun. I added a new stationary bike, so that's not in the video because I only got that last week, but that's been super, super awesome as well. So the gym just keeps getting better. But it was a blast. I had a ton of fun. This was incredible. And again, thanks for watching. There'll be more content coming up. I hope that's the goal. Yeah, peace.